Hi, everyone. Welcome and thank you for joining today's webinar, the Workgrid October Product Roundup. My name is Anna Bruning, and I'm on the Demand Gen team here at Workgrid. Joining me today is Lene Salinga, the Product Manager at Workgrid. Some quick housekeeping before we get started. We'll be saving the last 5 minutes of the presentation today for Q&As. Please use the Q&A button at the bottom of your screen to ask questions throughout the presentation, and we'll work on getting as many questions as possible answered. We'll also be sending a recording of the webinar afterwards in case there's anything you've missed. A quick agenda review. Lene is going to kick things off today with some background on our chatbot and its capabilities. Then she's going to give a live demo to show you the experience for users as well as knowledge owners who are adding and updating content. Then I'm going to pop back in, share some details on our new connector for Oracle HCM and some exciting platform updates. Lastly, we'll be finishing off with Q&A for the last 5 minutes. Lene, I'm going to kick it off to you now.
All right, thanks so much, Anna. I am so happy to be here. I am so excited to share our new chatbot with you all. It's recently become generally available, and I'm just really pumped to be able to give a demo to you all today. I thought I would start out just to level set things and talk about what's the value of chatbots to begin with, just in case we have any people who are new to chatbots here. So the value proposition for chatbots is that they solve the problem of getting people the information that they need at the moment they need it. So chatbots are just endlessly patient. They'll relieve knowledge owners from getting that same question over and over and over again. Chatbots are happy to continually answer the same question. They're also they're available whenever you need them. They never sleep, so that they can support global employees, night shift workers, or anybody who's not working that typical 9-to-5 schedule at your home office. Chatbots are always ready when the users are ready, so long gone can be the days of having a user or an employee receive an email and then have to sit on it and wait for that moment they need it. They can go ahead and ask a chatbot that question in the moment of actually needing the answer. And then finally, chatbots are trained for efficiency, and a good chatbot will answer the user's question so that you no longer have to go searching through document repositories or scrolling through blog posts to find that one little piece of information you need buried way down deep in your enterprise somewhere. So that's a quick value proposition on chatbots, and they're really reaching a commodity level. There's all sorts of vendors offering them, but the thing is that a chatbots are, quote, easy to build, but a really good chatbot is really hard. And the reason for that is because enterprise chatbots, they're silos. So you'll have a chatbot for your IT, you'll have a chatbot for HR, you'll have another chatbot for finance. They're not all together. So then you're still going into this issue of needing to know where does each chatbot live and which chatbot do you ask your question of. So that's one complication with traditional chatbots. And also the development time is really lengthy. So you have to first have your knowledge owner create the content that they want the chatbot to know, and then the knowledge owner needs to transfer it over to a developer who then has to code it in, test it, transfer it back. So it's a very lengthy process. And just by the nature of that, finally, content owners and creators are then distanced from it. So if they have a change they want to make, if they want a refinement, then they have to go back through that process all over again, and they never have direct access to the content. So it's for those reasons that we have created the Workgrid chatbot. Now, we had developers who are familiar with the traditional way, and we wanted to do better. We wanted to offer Workgrid customers better. So what we have is our bot, and for the employees, the actual users of it, what our bot can do is answer a range of frequently asked company questions. So it doesn't matter which function they belong in, it's one chatbot to rule all of the questions. Also, something really interesting that our bot can do is answer questions based on a user's context. So their context could be based on what office they're in, geolocation, maybe what role they're in, particularly any number of user attributes. So you can train the chatbot to answer a question based on the user's attribute. The Workgrid chatbot also includes some delightful small talk. So Gartner recently released a white paper this past year, and one of the five necessary traits an enterprise chatbot should have is being delightful in its content and be able to engage in small talk and conversations. So it's not just a pleasantry, it's actually a core way to engage your users and get them coming back for more. And finally, then for the employees, the Worker chatbot teaches the users what is actually contained within the chatbot. So when you have the entire enterprise available to at your fingertips to put content in, you need to be able to teach the employees what it actually knows, and we do that, and I'm going to demo that for you today. But before we get there, I just want to talk to you a little bit. Oh, we'll just go back. Before we get there, I'll talk a little bit about what it's in it for your business users as well. So your content authors, your chatbot administrators. So again, going back to the problem of separating content authors from the actual bot training, we enable your knowledge owners, your content authors to get in there and do it themselves. They don't need to know how to code. They don't need a developer involved. So that's one major thing that we offer. And another is we provide catalog questions built in that are ready to use. They're ready for your enterprise's answer, and you don't need to build any other content around it. So it's a really fast time to value, and we're going to show you that as well. And then finally, in order to maintain a robust, healthy chatbot, we offer a great testing environment as well as some robust analytics for optimization and auditing. So with that, now we'll go into our demo. So what I'm going to show, what Anna and I are going to show you today is a little bit on discoverability. That's our Learn More feature. We're going to talk to you about or show you our Q&A builder so that you understand how the content gets in there. And then a really quick overview of our Testing Your Bot feature as well as chatbot analytics. So let's first have a look at what the chatbot user, the employees, will experience. So as I mentioned before, a really important feature of our chatbot is our extensive discoverability, also known as the Learn More feature. And that's the greeting message that you get every time you open up the chatbot. So this feature helps employees discover the kinds of information that your chatbot knows and the tasks it knows how to do so that they can make the most out of the bot and learn what's in it so that they don't have a frustrating experience of trying to just poke around and explore. So we're going to see topics. So the chatbot will serve up like a small selection of topics that it knows, and you can either opt to see more, or if you want the full list, you can show all of the topics and see all the things that it has to offer you. So we've built in this nice guided approach using in-message buttons and suggestions that lets you get a sample or the full range. And then you can pick something you want to learn about, right? Tell me about the benefits here, and then it'll tell you the different types of questions that it knows. So you can pick anything you're interested in. And then as you ask the bot questions, it will offer up different suggestions in the same topic area so that you can continue to explore and can continue to learn about what it knows. So again, we offer buttons and we offer suggestions, but it is a natural language chatbot, so you can type in a question to it at any time, and it will answer it, and it even will pick up your typos. Nobody's perfect, so we do train it to be able to pick up many of those as well. So that is a quick view of the Learn More feature of the front end of the chatbot, and now we'd like to show you about training the bot and just how easy that is. So Workgrid wanted to empower our knowledge owners as content authors, the people who are close to the work, so that they can see chatbot results quickly and make changes on their own, and that's why we created this Q&A builder. So the builder makes it easy for any business person to teach your chatbot to answer your company's most frequently asked questions, your curated questions. So we've included that catalog of nearly 100 common enterprise questions that are ready for your answer. And these catalog questions are included on day one, and you can find them by filtering by unanswered. and you'll get all those questions are in the unanswered status ready for you. So you can find one that you're interested, click on it, give it a little skim, and if it's something that you decide that you want to build into your chatbot, you can just click Add Answer. So the catalog questions make it really, really simple to train your bot. Our Q&A builder is a simple form, as you can see. It has 4 components, and when you choose to answer a catalog question, 3 out of those 4 components are already filled out for you. So all you have to do is add your answer. But just to give you a little tour of our form, we will, I'll just talk through each little section. So up at the top is our author section. And this helps you determine which type of group of people can edit this question in the future. So our Workgrid chatbot has role-based access controls. So content authors can read or view all of the content with the bot, but they can only add or edit content within their own category. So the categories are HR, technology, corporate, and so on. So if you're a corporate author, you can edit corporate questions. If you're a technology author, you can edit and answer technology questions. So that is, and as the catalog question is already predetermined for you, if you wanted to switch categories, an administrator could always do that. So the next section is topics. So that is also as a catalog question filled out for you. And topics help administrators search in that previous menu, and they also help employees discover what type of content is within your bot. If you remember that long list of content we saw on the previous screen in the chatbot itself, this will help inform what they see there and understand what goes in there. So you can use the content, you can use the topic as it's presented to you, or you can even edit it to make it work for your company. So yeah, we can make it a little more specific here. Great. So that's our topic. And then our next section is the question that you anticipate your employee will ask. Now, as a catalog question, we include 4 different versions, 4 different ways an employee might ask the same sort of question, and you can also add your own. So if you have like a brand that's specific to the question, if you have a dialect, if you know your employees are going to ask this question in a particular way, you can go ahead and add those, or you can leave it as is. And then finally, we have the only part that you absolutely have to do anything with, and that's the answer. We don't know the answer for you, so that's the only part that you have to bring to the table. So you can add in whatever answer is most appropriate. You can bold or italicize or use hyperlinks to add a really comprehensive experience and for your employees, and make it really easy for them to use either on the web-based toolbar or in their mobile device. So that's that easy. And then we'll go ahead and save it. And then we'll go to our testing section. So we have content built into our chatbot. The chatbot is built to be able to answer those questions for you. But we like to suggest as a best practice, you just do a quick little test to make sure that it can in fact recite the answers based on the questions that is built in or that you taught it. So there we go, we're just confirming. You can also use this testing screen to just check some natural language. So as we know, not everybody is going to ask, how do I get a visitor access badge? They might just write in, get me a visitor badge. So we did a quick test and it's still confirming that yes, in fact, it does know that even with a natural language. So we're going to feel confident and go ahead and publish. And it's that easy. So now that it's published, we're going to click done and the chatbot is ready to respond and know that. Okay. So that is how quick and easy it is to add a catalog question, and you can also add in your own questions. So if you have something specific that the catalog doesn't include, then you can do a quick search and see, like maybe for customer service. And if it's not included in the catalog, you can very easily create your own questions. So you get that same exact form, it's just not filled out the way the catalog questions are, but it really is that easy. And there are built-in best practices, there are built-in guides to help you go through the process of creating your own question and answer set. All right. If you do have any questions, as Anna said earlier, you can go ahead and drop them in the question icon below, and we will absolutely answer them at the end of the webinar. So in addition to making it easy to create content, we also provide chatbot administrators and content authors with tools to maintain, optimize, and enhance their bot's knowledge. So here we have a robust testing tool that allows you to test out your questions on your chatbot in either an exploratory fashion, so typing them in and just checking on its knowledge, or you can batch test it. You can batch test all of the questions built into your bot, or you can even upload a bunch of natural language messages to check it against the bot as well, so that you can, on a regular basis, check and maintain the health of your chatbot. So in addition to that, we also have an analytics dashboard, and that helps you track adoption of your chatbot. It helps you discover new questions that you might want to answer, to look for trends, and then learn how people are really talking to the bot and how they want to use it, so that you can discover what else is it that I can build in here. And below we have our log, where you can find out specific details of how it's answering questions and the full range of messages that people are sending into the bot itself and how it's answering them. So that's a quick view of our analytics and our test screen, and a more robust view of our Q&A builder. And again, if you have questions, we would love to answer them at the end of the session. Do drop them in, and we will get to them.
Okay, thank you, Lene. So we've got some other exciting updates to share. To start off, we're going to talk about a new connector. Our product team continues to work on new connectors to add greater value to our customers. The most recent connector that we've launched is the Oracle HCM Connector. So this is an example of a connector that helps you get common tasks completed and out of the way with very little friction. When you have a promotion or a transfer or a new hire, the last thing you want to do is have an approval request that gets stuck in someone's inbox. So the Oracle HCM connector brings them to the front and center, so a manager can clearly see that they have a task to complete, and it also sends a smart notification to the requester to notify them that their submission is pending, so they don't have to anxiously wait and wonder if it has gotten through. Everyone is in the loop through the whole process. By clicking one button and adding a note, a manager can then submit the approval, and the requester will get an automatic smart notification that the approval has been completed. So it makes the action really fast and easy, and doesn't require anyone to log into additional systems without needing to. In addition, we have a couple platform updates to share. So recently we launched our European regions, which now means that all customers can choose between the US or European regions depending on their data latency requirements. The US region consists of high availability primary site in AWS Northern Virginia, with the availability for failover in Oregon. And the European region has high availability primary site in Dublin, Ireland, with plans to provide a failover capability in Frankfurt, Germany. So just another option for people who need data based in Europe. Another update that we have is the connector logs. So we created the connector logs based on feedback from customers asking for more visibility into their connectors. So these work for two different scenarios. One is for the Workgrid cloud connectors. So these are the ones that are in our catalog created by Workgrid. And the space administrators can now view the last 2 weeks of logs, which includes the details on smart notifications that are sent. This provides administrators with additional insight into the current activity of the cloud connector. In addition, the connector logs are designed for custom connectors, ones that our customers are building or developers are building. This gives them visibility into the processing of the Workgrid platform, so administrators can see what Workgrid is doing when the connector calls on it. Administrators can view current stage of a job, the results of audience targeting, and results of webhook communications from Workgrid back to the connector. And both of these last for a rolling 2 weeks. So you'll always be able to look back and see what activities have been happening. And that wraps up our updates. So now we're going to move on to a couple minutes of Q&A. To start off, we've got a number of questions that have come in here. Lene, can you start off by saying if there are any updates on the roadmap for Chatbot?
Oh, sure. Yeah. So some updates that we have on our roadmap. We're getting ready to release a new feature called Quick Links. And so while I talked about the catalog questions being the fastest path to value, our Quick Links are going to be even faster. So what that enables is you to, as a chatbot administrator or content author, put in links to resources that are commonly used or even less commonly used, put in the name and some nicknames, and then automatically it's ready for the employees to find their resources via the chatbot by typing in what's the link for my time management system, what's the link for our benefits enrollment site, etc., without having to do any additional Q&A building around it. So that's something that will be released in the very near future. And then some other interesting roadmap items. We are working on chat integrations with applications that will allow you to have the chatbot do tasks on your behalf, such as scheduling time, like vacation time, holiday time, in a time planner application. So those are a couple of the hot ones that are coming down the pike pretty soon.
Okay, so another question we have here, is this keyword matching, or are you categorizing questions into categories of intent?
Oh, that's a good question, and one I don't have a simple answer to. So we use a combination of Amazon Lex, a Dynamo database, Elasticsearch, and then other some proprietary technologies and a smattering of other technologies in order to for our chatbot performance. So there's like various steps that are taken from the initial utterance to the intent matching to the ultimate fulfillment. So it's a good question. There's not really a simple answer to it though, but those are like the main technologies that we use in order to get from point A to B.
Okay, and is the chatbot accessible from Slack or Teams?
Great question. Not today, but that is on our long-term roadmap to have a variety of channels that you can interact with the chatbot through. So both Slack and Teams are in our vision, as well as actually using Amazon Alexa, maybe SMS. So yeah, having the chatbot accessible wherever you are and wherever you want it to be is definitely something that we are looking at in the longer term.
So another question here. Most of the questions used for the chatbot are complete sentences, but people use shorter text when communicating. Can you train it with short phrases?
Yes, you can. However, as a best practice, we recommend that you do not. And the reason for that is because you have, as an employee will have a better chance of getting the right answer regardless of whether they use a full sentence or whether they use a couple key phrases if you train your chatbot in full sentences. It learns better that way, and it has a more comprehensive training base if you train it in full sentences versus putting in keywords, because then it no longer becomes familiar with some of those nice filler words that we do use in complete sentences. So it is possible, but you actually will get better results and be able to understand both full sentences as well as key phrases if you train it with full sentences.
Okay, and I think we're going to do one more question. So, do you perform sentiment analysis on the interactions with the chatbot?
We don't, and we don't currently have that on our roadmap, but I think that's a great idea, and I think I will add it to the roadmap. Yeah, that's brilliant.
Okay, great. So I know we do have some remaining questions that we will work on responding to after this webinar. Thank you very much for your time. I hope you enjoyed our webinar today, and thank you, Lene, for the great live demo. We
You're
will be
welcome.
sending a recording of this webinar out to everyone who attended and who registered. If you have any questions, please get in touch with us at contact@workgrid.com or reach out to your current customer success manager or account rep if you're already in contact with someone on our team. Thank you again, and I hope you have a great day.